Hello, my students. This is P. Venkateshwarlu, PGT Physics. Okay, so in previous topic we are already discussed about moment of inertia. Okay, so what is moment of inertia? Yes, I is equal to mr square. So here I is moment of inertia, m is mass of the body, r is the distance between the axis of rotation to any point, any mass point. Okay, so coming to next one, relation between kinetic energy and moment of inertia. Relation between relation between kinetic energy and moment of inertia. Moment of inertia. Okay, see here, my children. So what is kinetic energy? Kinetic energy, it is denoted K, so which get by a body by virtue of its configuration. So that is equal to 1 by 2 mv square. Okay, what is moment of inertia? Moment of inertia, mi, it is denoted I is equal to mr square. Okay, understand, mr square. How we can get these relations? Means this is equation 1, this is equation 2. So we know that V is equal to R omega. Okay, V is equal to R omega. This is the relation between linear velocity and angular velocity. Linear velocity and angular velocity. How we can get this one? Means this is radius. Okay, angle subtended is theta, here R2. Okay, see here, in this case we can get S is equal to R into theta. Arc is equal to radius into angle. Okay, understand? So we know that V is equal to ds by dt, then d by dt of R into theta. So R is constant, d theta by dt. Okay, V is equal to R into d theta by dt omega. Okay, omega is equal to d theta by dt. Understand, my children, how we can get this equation? Okay, yes. Okay, please remember it. We need that equation. So we can substitute equation 3 in equation 1. Equation 1 and equation 3. Okay, we can get kinetic energy is equal to 1 by 2 m r omega whole square. So kinetic energy K is equal to 1 by 2 m r square omega square. Okay, understand? From equation 2 we can get kinetic energy which is equal to 1 by 2 m r square. This m r square we can denote it I omega square. So if angular velocity is constant, W is constant, we can take W is equal to 1. Okay, then kinetic energy is equal to I by 2. So then rearrange this, I is equal to 2 k times of I is equal to 2 into kinetic energy. I is equal to 2 into kinetic energy. So according to this, so the moment of inertia of a rigid body which is rotating about fixed axis, which is equal to 2 times of kinetic energy of the rigid body, my dear children. Okay, understand, my dear children? Yes. Next, coming to radius of gyration. Radius of gyration. Radius of gyration. It is denoted K. Okay, so radius of gyration, which is defined as radius of gyration, which is defined as radius of gyration of the rotating object about fixed axis from the mass particle whose mass is equal to mass of the total body, whose moment of inertia is equal to moment of inertia of the body. Okay, understand? See here, the product of mass and square of the radius of gyration, which gives moment of inertia. Okay, I is equal to m k square. Okay, so we know that I is equal to m r square. Okay, instead of r is equal to k, we can get I is equal to m k square, my children. Okay, so from this k is equal to what? K is equal to k square is equal to I by m. K is equal to root of I by m, my children. Okay, so this is the radius of gyration. Radius of gyration. Okay, so what is radius of gyration? Radius of gyration may be defined as about a body rotating about fixed axis from the mass particle whose mass of the particle is the mass of the whole body and whose moment of inertia is equal to moment of inertia of the body is called moment of so that moment of inertia of the rigid body, that is equal to what we call it? Yes, radius of gyration. So here radius of gyration, it is a distance, my children. Okay, understand? Yes. Okay, next theorem of perpendicular and parallel axis. Theorem of perpendicular axis and parallel axis. Theorem of perpendicular and parallel axis. Theorem of perpendicular and parallel axis. Okay, see here, the introduction of this is we know that moment of inertia of rigid body. Yes. Okay, see here we can have number of rigid bodies with different shape. Okay, like circle, next disc, then sphere, circle, disc, and sphere, rod, next triangle. Okay, understand? So this type of shapes and sizes there. So how we can find the moment of inertia of this type of bodies? Okay, say by using perpendicular axis and parallel axis theorem, my dear children. So perpendicular axis and parallel axis theorem, by using this we have to find moment of inertia of different shaped and different mass of the body, my dear children. Okay, see here, first one what? Yes, perpendicular axis theorem. Perpendicular axis theorem. Okay, see here, perpendicular axis theorem means, so we can have three axes x, y, z. Okay, see here, the moment of inertia about z axis, which is equal to moment of inertia x axis and y axis, my children. Okay, so this is the statement. Now coming to how we can represent in the form of diagram. So this is one rigid body, different shape. Okay, so now we can draw the x axis and y axis. This is z axis. Okay, here mass of the particle m, the distance between them r. Okay, so we can draw the parallel of y, parallel of x. Okay, see in this case the moment of inertia of z-axis is equal to moment of inertia of x-axis plus moment of inertia y-axis. So this is called perpendicular axis theorem. If we know moment of inertia of x-axis and y-axis, we have to find the moment of inertia of the body about y-axis of rotation. Y-axis of rotation, my children. Understand? So what is the perpendicular axis theorem? The moment of inertia of a body about one axis is equal to the moment of inertia, the sum of the moment of inertia about remaining two axes, my children. Ix is equal to, Iz is equal to Ix plus Iy. Okay, Ix plus Iy. So there is no need of this derivation. Okay, my children. Next, parallel axis theorem. Parallel axis theorem. Second one, parallel axis theorem. Parallel axis theorem. Okay, see here, this parallel axis theorem, which is defined as the moment of inertia about axis, any axis, the moment of inertia about rotating object is equal to the moment of inertia about center of mass and the product of mass and square of the distance between parallel axis, my children. So how we can represent? Consider a rigid body like this. Okay, this body is rotating about this particular axis. Okay, understand? So it is denoted I. Okay, then we can draw the one line, the axis passing through center of mass. Okay, so the moment of inertia about center of mass ICM. The distance between them, it is denoted R. So if the body rotating about this axis like this, okay, understand how we can find moment of inertia means the moment of inertia about any axis which is equal to the sum of the moment of inertia about center of mass and the product of mass of the body and square of the distance between parallel lines. According to statement, moment of inertia about any axis of any axis which is rotating about, okay, which is equal to the sum of the moment of inertia passing through center of mass and the product of mass of the body into square of the distance between them. Mentioned. Okay, this is the equation. I is equal to I center of mass plus m r square. Okay, so I is the moment of inertia about body rotating. ICM is moment of inertia about center of mass plus m is mass of the body. R is the distance between two axes. My children. Okay. Okay, next, my children. Okay, see here moment of inertia in some standard cases. Moment of inertia in some standard case. In some standard okay, see here, my dear children. So according to parallel or perpendicular axis theorem, so we have to find the moment of inertia of the different shaped body. Okay, understand, my children? See here different types of shapes of bodies which are rotating. Okay, so what are the moment of inertia and remaining radius of gyration? Okay, see, my children. So this is the content. Kinetic equations of rotational motion about a fixed axis.
Kinetic equations of rotational motion. Kinetic equations of rotational motion.
Kinetic equations of rotational motion, my children. Okay, so in linear motion and rotational motion, in linear motion and rotational motion. Okay, you can take serial number 1 like that. Okay, here first one, distance or displacement. Distance or displacement, it is denoted x, s like that. Here angular displacement, it is denoted theta. Okay, understand? Then second one, speed or velocity. Speed or velocity. Okay, v is equal to ds by dt, or it is denoted v. Here angular velocity, omega is equal to d theta by t. Okay, so next third one, acceleration. A is equal to dv by dt. Here alpha, angular acceleration, d omega by dt. d omega by dt. Understand? Fourth one, force. F is equal to ma. F is equal to ma. Here torque, tau is equal to I alpha. Tau is equal to I alpha. Understand that, children? Next, fifth one, then work is equal to W is equal to integration of F into dx. Here work is equal to integration of tau into d theta. Understand? So these are the some changes. These are the some changes in linear and kinetic linear kinetic energies and rotational kinetic energy. Then power P is equal to F into V. Here power is equal to torque into omega, my children. Next, linear momentum. P is equal to mv. Okay, here angular momentum L is equal to I omega. Understand, my children? Yes. 8th one, kinetic energy 1 by 2 mv square. Okay, here kinetic energy K is equal to 1 by 2 m omega square. Okay, understand? Yes, m omega square, my children. Okay, these are the some linear and rotational motion variables. Okay, so then kinetic equations, how we can write? My children? Okay, see here, my dear children. So these are the kinetic equations. Linear and angular. In linear motion, d is equal to vt. In angular motion, theta is equal to omega t. V is velocity, D is distance. Final velocity is equal to initial velocity plus acceleration into time. Here, final velocity angular is equal to initial velocity angular plus alpha into t. Alpha is called angular acceleration. Square of the final velocity is equal to square of the initial velocity plus 2ad. Omega f square is equal to omega naught square plus 2 alpha t, 2 alpha into theta. D is distance, V naught is initial velocity, A is acceleration. D is equal to V naught t plus 1 by 2 at square. Theta is equal to omega naught t plus 1 by 2 alpha. In linear motion, we have to write kinetic equations. V is equal to U plus at. Here, in rotational motion, we can write omega final is equal to omega initial plus alpha into t, angular acceleration. Okay, so then v square minus v square is equal to 2as. Okay, omega f whole square minus omega naught square is equal to 2 into alpha into theta. Next, S is equal to ut plus 1 by 2 at square. Okay, then here theta is equal to omega naught t plus 1 by 2 alpha into t square. Okay, understand? S nth is equal to u plus a by 2 into 2n minus 1. Okay, this theta n is equal to omega naught plus alpha by 2n minus 1. Okay, understand my children? So these are the linear and angular kinetic equation. Okay, understand? So this is linear and this is rotational. Okay, my children? Okay, so if you have any doubts, come into Zoom live and interact with me if any doubt. So many students are not attending Zoom. So every day I will take attendance. Okay, based on that. So you have to get practical marks in +1 and +2, my children. Be careful, my children.